Okay, so for our energizing experiment today, we're going to continue working with the emotional freedom technique or the tapping. And if you find that in the middle of your day, which happens from time to time, that you feel lethargic or foggy or not focused, this might be a good tool for you to try if you want to shift that from that feeling into like focused, energized, and alert. So let's review the tapping points, which are the side of the hand, just a little bit below the pinky with 1, 2, or 3 fingers, in between the eyebrow or in between the 2 eyebrows, at the side of the eye, underneath the nose, the chin, where the collarbone and the sternum meet, and about 3 to 4 inches underneath the armpit. So before we get started, maybe just wiggle around and take a breath. And then we'll begin tapping on the side of the hand. And you repeat after me. I release anything and everything that stands in the way of me feeling focused, alert, and energized. I release anything in my body, my mind, and my spirit that keep me from feeling focused, alert, and energized. We'll do one more round on the hand here. Repeat after me. I release all obstacles from my past, my present, and my future that keep me from feeling focused, alert, and energized. And now tap on the eyebrow point and say, release. Tap on the side of the eye and say, release. Underneath the eye, release. Collarbone, embracing focus. Underneath the armpit, enjoying concentration. Side of the hand and say, release everything else. Take a breath and keep tapping. And just notice if you're having any shift or any change, and let's do another round. So I release anything. I like to switch hands sometimes. I release anything and everything that stands in the way of me feeling focused, alert, and energized. And I release anything in my body, my mind, and my spirit that keeps me from feeling focused, alert, and energized. I release all obstacles from my past, my present, and my future that stand in the way of me feeling focused, alert, and energized. Tap in between your 2 eyebrows and say, release. Side of the eye, release. Under the eye, release. Tap under your nose and say, embracing focus. Under the chin and say, enjoying focused concentration. Collarbone and the sternum and say, releasing everything else. Tap underneath the armpit and say, I release everything else. And now stop tapping and take a breath. And just notice how you feel. Do you feel any shift from when you began to now? And remember that you can assess yourself by saying how, like on a scale of 1 to 10, from 0 to 10, when you start, is the feeling, is the agitating feeling or whatever uncomfortable feeling you're having, like name that. Is it a 7, an 8? And then after you're done, go back and assess again and see has that number changed? And remember, if the number has gone up, that doesn't mean this isn't working. It means that you're processing maybe a lot more stuff and emotions and feelings than maybe just this particular session really has time for, so that you become aware, so that you notice, oh, I could keep tapping and then see if the number changes. Eventually, as you keep tapping and working with these the tapping and the feelings, that those numbers will go down. So I would love to hear how this goes for you. Reach out anytime if you have questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you and talking with you again in the future. Thanks for participating.